Probably right now the scariest button to press is typing Facebook into search bar. I don't want to know my classmates' opinions about me and what they talk about and how they react to me. I don't care, dude. No one hopped into the Discord, and that's the end of the story. So I will never know. I'd rather watch. I'd rather get some shampoo from K-pop, okay? Shampoo. We're gonna do a video about K-pop, but I actually changed my mind, and I want to do something else, something really stupid, and offend a person really hard. I'm gonna pull out my metrics, my statistics, and Discord, right? Discord, boys, we're gonna do that. Discord has a lot of points, doesn't it? Discord is top 100 for sure. And it does exist. It does have above 90%. I mean, above 10% value. So that's interesting. What are we gonna talk about? Well, there was some debate, and I don't know if you would want to debate me, honestly, because if you start judging my opinion, I will judge your opinion about my opinion. Okay. I will try and break you down into pieces, basically. It's almost like you have to imagine I'm an earth person. Alright, that's my personality. If you put something into the earth, I will break it down. Unless it's plastic, alright? It's not biodegradable? Puh! Puh! Get the fuck out of here. Alright? But normally this is how I behave, right? If something is, like, reasonable, if you come here, it's probably biodegradable, okay? Because you will talk in words or in content. You will not talk in bot ways, okay? I don't want bots in here. I will kick the bots out. Not biodegradable. I'm sorry, dude. So this is old now. It's old news. This is from 3 months ago, unfortunately. But this guy triggered me so much, and he wrote plenty of stuff, right? I just wonder how moral this person is, just based on the conversation. What is he trying to do, right? This is the first thing. What the fuck are you doing? Why do you have the opinion that you have? Alright, so let's begin, boys. Let's begin reading. This is, again, I have probably like 50 people, maybe 70 people subscribed simply because they liked Creeper's Forge. And I have to struggle with that, okay? I have to struggle with my fans not liking my content anymore, but for some reason they stay subscribed. It's a very difficult process, okay? If I upload anything Creeper's Forge related, I will probably get 20 views immediately. Like, it's very simple. And I still don't know why they're here. I just don't know, alright? I don't know what this emoji is, so I immediately give you a bash. This emoji alone, dude. What the fuck is this? You unhappy or something? In the most awkward way possible. He does the correct emoji here, which is still not an emoji. It's like you would be more expressive just using stupid actual emojis, you know? So, much more expressive. Like, what are you trying to do? Are you angry? What is that? I used to use this emoji, so I appreciate it a lot. But, like, what the fuck is it? It's garbage right now. So, please don't give up working on creepers for... Why? Why would you say to a person, please don't give up working? Alright. Yeah, you like it very much. Okay, you like the work very much. But do I like working? Do you fucking care? You know? The game has been so awesome. I know. I know that better than you do, honestly, because I can almost like judge it better. I know everything about the game, and I wouldn't build it if I didn't thought it was awesome. I know I'm pretty good at it too. I mean, it strikes my ego quite a bit, so I'll give you that much. Let's continue. Even though it was never completed. Oh. Sure. Do I have to complete things? Because that's a lot of work too. Alright. You have no idea how much work it is to complete something. Because you have to learn additional skills that you might not want to learn. You might realize, like, midway creating something, that you will need to learn a lot of things out of nowhere. Alright? And maybe like create like animations or something. Like the final boss, you have to create models. There's certain things I just don't want to learn. They're just so complicated. My brain doesn't function well enough on that shit. And I consider myself like above average. A lot of people create some crazy things that I just can't comprehend, to be honest. It just blows my mind. But at the same time, I have played a completed game on AdventureCraft. And this is what it's all about. It's Minecraft related, it's AdventureCraft related. This way you make your maps, or you can call it a game at this point, because honestly, it was so detailed, so complex. And you write your own script and everything. Just, it is your game at this point. It's just a thing that you build in Minecraft. And it's amazing. Alright, if AdventureCraft was alive to this day, I would probably be the biggest AdventureCraft person. Build the coolest map ever, right? I would try and compete with people as much as I can, but most importantly, I'm the most original person. It's very easy to be original on AdventureCraft. You just make anything else but a fucking Zelda map. Anything else. It's literally everywhere. Zelda maps are everywhere. And it's the most disturbing thing ever. It's like, literally all AdventureCraft had to do is suggest to the people, here's some Zelda features, build a map. You know, it's like, oh, you're giving me Zelda features, obviously I will make a Zelda map. It's like, no. Why? Do people really like Legend of Zelda that much? No, they just became a subject to weird social pressure I've never seen before. It's like, just a few tools and you just thinking about Zelda and nothing else? This is the most disappointing thing. Like, AdventureCraft, like, disappointed me a lot. I don't know if I want to play another map, basically. So I played a completed map, which was Zelda map. I had to look up a walkthrough of that map, which is already saying, no, this sucks. Alright, so Zelda is a very complicated game. You actually have to figure out puzzles constantly, which I don't think is a good way to introduce you to a game. It's a good game to be introduced to, where the only thing you want to do is see the walkthrough, to see someone else play the game and complete it. I think that's a very shitty way to do it. I don't know how to do it myself. Sometimes games just become complicated and you want to see other people kind of explaining how to play. It's totally fair, but not explaining how to complete the game from top to bottom, from start to finish, which is what happened. Alright, and I believe other Zelda games are gonna do exactly the same and confuse the shit out of you because that's how they do it, basically. So it's not that difficult to create an awesome game. The only thing you have to do is just be original and actually have a good idea. And all I have to do is just, oh, I like Minecraft and I like Skyrim. Let's combine this stuff together. Let's make Minecraft RPG. Very easy idea, right? And I think I did a good job. I don't need to complete that. Alright, I've never completed Skyrim, so I just don't see the point. Alright, the most important thing is the gameplay in the very beginning of the game, and it's just like making videos. You kind of want videos to be interesting in the very beginning, but why would you complete a video? And when does the video get completed? The video gets completed when it ends. So just because something does not have an ending doesn't mean it's not completed, doesn't mean it's not playable, it doesn't mean almost anything. And the fact that he's so sentimental about it, we're gonna give him a bash, alright? We're gonna give him like 3 points for bringing the issue up and still bash 1 point out. I should have just given 2 points, right? Very interesting. Why are you sentimental? Just question yourself a little bit more, dude. It took a part and inspired me to become a game developer. I'm sorry, dude. If that's what happened, I'm really sorry that you became a game developer. That's a very sad thing for me to hear, because being a game developer is hard. But honestly, everything is hard. The real question is like, what do you really want to do in life? What do you feel like is going smoothly, buttery smooth? You just go through life easily. What do you do to do that? Obviously, just having any kind of work that pays you, that doesn't take your life away entirely, does not give you health problems, that's fantastic. That is so hard to do. Alright, that is so rare almost, to just have a peaceful job that doesn't hurt your brain. I'm just so lucky to not need to have a job. You know, I can just speak to people and like inspire people to do crime. I don't know, man. It is a very interesting thing. I don't know. I mean, again, it strikes my ego again, because he has to do that, right? He has to say that I did a good job, and I was influential, so please keep working on Creeper's Forge, because you're influential to me, you know? It would be beneficial to me. There's no argument that you can pull off, but he's trying, you know? This is the funny thing. I'll give you points for trying. And, yeah, I like being influential. That's interesting. You should have told me, like, the moment you joined Discord, because I literally don't know this guy, basically. Until it's like, oh, this shit comes out, you know? Now he's frustrated. You can tell, right? This shit comes out, okay. So the thing is, I start thinking, because this is very interesting to me. Alright, we literally spent 14 minutes just reading 3 sentences, so now I know this video is gonna be juicy, man. Just 3 sentences. And it fucking triggers me already. I mean, it's fantastic. Again, I don't recommend anyone being a game developer. It was a horrible experience, and it's so hard. And after all the work that you do, you will most definitely encounter the same thing. You will have to learn the skills that you don't want to learn. You will not complete your journey as a game developer and actually be able to release a playable game. Believe me. And nobody will fucking give a fuck. Alright? Maybe you find 10 people that give a fuck. And that's it, dude. I'm sorry. Nobody's gonna play your damn game. The competition is unreal on game development. Alright? There are actual studios of literal slaves that will do a much better job than you do because it's a studio, right? They'll pump out a bunch of fucking games. They're much better than yours because they kind of know what they're doing. They have all the skills required. They have, all the experience. You can't compete against that. It's game over at that point. Alright, you have to do something very, very special. You have to be very passionate. You have to know what you're doing. And I don't think this guy knows what he's doing. I'm just fucking saying, dude. I don't think this guy has what it takes to be a game developer. Alright? I would be very interested, once AI is so advanced, it will be able to take this comment apart and tell exactly to a person, are you really gonna be a valuable game developer to the society, or should you consider doing anything else? The AI will be able to determine that. AI is gonna be so incredibly useful to humanity. You have no idea. You can just look at pretty pictures right now, and maybe you can even generate porn pictures already. And you just don't know about it because no AI developer kind of wants that. Wants that reputation. It's like, oh, you can generate porn. I don't like that. Yeah, they're probably desperately trying to disable that feature at the moment. But it's probably what's better than that? Deepfake porn. It's like, that's what you do. With every celebrity now. Hey, whatever person you like, almost, you can slap a face. You can do whatever at this point. But it's still not advanced enough for me to care. It's still gonna look very awkward, obviously. So, AI is already mind-blowing. And that is my card. The way out of this comment. The way out of this. Please be a slave, because I really like your work. Please. You even inspired me to be a slave. Fantastic. And honestly, he should have continued with that. Alright? He should have just. This is what I do. Because that is actually a very interesting thing. I couldn't come up with that as a prompt for me to just put pressure on him to figure out what is he doing as a game developer, because that is very interesting. So I did a very big mistake, alright, for not asking, what do you do? What is the experience that you have as a game developer? I think that would be the most interesting conversation that I missed out on. But honestly, do I give a fuck? I'll give this guy 3 points because I missed out on something. Alright. I think this is very simple, and then I give some examples. So I think it's interesting that in 5 years, everyone will be able to talk to AI, and AI will serve a game experience, not just image that it does right now. Alright? And already, you can have a much better experience not waiting for my stupid game and doing anything else. The internet is so big. That was my second argument that I wanted to make, but honestly, just making one argument was enough. Alright? I want to just throw this guy off and see what happens. And very interesting things happen because he starts writing books to me. Alright? I really like books. Just respond quickly, okay? You have to have a good argument. Don't write me a book. I'm sorry, dude. What is this wall of text, man? Alright? What do I have to consider as a good argument? Yes, I make long videos. Absolutely. I write books. That's kind of the best argument against that, honestly. And I have no idea how to respond to that. If someone just said, but you write books. Yeah, I kind of do. What do I do? I feel like I am entitled, and the video format is a little bit better than just writing a book format. I think you can express a lot more just the way you talk, right? The way you present your information, and even the pauses are clarifying everything. It's hard to explain, honestly. But at the same, so when I'm trying to interact with the person, I kind of want, back and forth interaction like that, like this short stuff is a little bit more comfortable. I did have to explain myself a little bit, alright? So maybe that triggered him to be like, oh, look, I can write a book now. And I responded with 4 arguments. And then he wrote a book, for sure now. Responding to every single argument in detail. Twice. I just didn't respond anymore. That was a quick conversation, right? I was offended at this point. It's like, you have a lot of opinion. I didn't thought that was possible. You have a lot of contrary opinion to what I think, out of nowhere. There's nothing that justifies you doing that. That's the most offensive thing, right? This is where I take away your point. And honestly, I will judge you, basically. Just like I judged these 2 people. Alright, on what value do you fucking give me? What level of morality do you possess? More like value. I constantly say morality because it's my catchphrase at this point. It's a very interesting one. So in 5 years, we're going to be able to talk to AI. It will serve as game experience. We don't even need a programmer to do it, but a programmer would be nice, alright? A person who explores the ability to make a good experience, alright? To make a professional experience. Not just you talk to AI and do whatever you want. You're going to get bored very quickly because you don't know what you're doing. There's going to be a professional with ideas, with a lot of time on his hands, specializing just to work with that AI, and is going to deliver you a game experience. So I don't think I mentioned that in particular. But let's see what he says. Let's see where he starts his crazy things. So I talk about Axiom. Alright, so somehow he knows about it. He's not like, oh, thank you for letting me discover this thing. No, somehow he knows about it. Axiom is like super obscure thing. I don't expect anyone to know anything, honestly. I get to explore the internet and learn a lot of things. So it's really, really awkward that people know things that I do, or they make me feel that way. It's kind of weird, dude. It's really weird. I would just be like, oh, that's interesting. That's a channel I've never seen before. I have to investigate. So, they make tons of holographic games for their own device, but while AI can spit out tons of mini games by combining tons of data randomly, it doesn't look random to me. Alright, it doesn't look right. It looks very, very, very professional, honestly. They got what they wanted. It wasn't random. They're told boundaries till the people sitting behind. See, the thing is, there is an example of someone already using AI to already make games. There is a company so advanced, they didn't even brag about it. They just mentioned it, as if it's like nothing. It's just like, well, we kind of use AI to make games now. We don't actually have a single human employee anymore coding, So they didn't even care, dude. They used to brag about doing a rendering way, graphics rendering thing, where they can put out a lot more detail than a normal renderer would do, just using polygons. Right, so that was advanced, but I don't know why it never become a big deal, honestly. Why he never pushed out this technology into anything. He just kind of created like this scan technology instead. He scanned the environment, and that's kind of, you just get a bunch of particles, a cloud of particles. It kind of looked very bad when I used it. I don't know, man. I was kind of disappointed of how it looked. Like, if you zoom out, it looks good, but if you zoom in, you just see some particles and not much else. So, I don't know, man. It was weird. But then I wasn't disappointed at some point. I used like a web application, and it was working on my web browser, and it was kind of smooth as well. But then you question whether animation works. You question about a lot of things. You kind of look at raw material at this point. At this point, you're not playing a game. You're just looking at something very early in development, almost, because it doesn't have a purpose. So it's very interesting. I'll give you 2 points, whatever, for no reason. Their boundaries till the people sitting behind the AI say, "Yep, good enough, next game." What? No, you can sit on one game forever and try and improve it. No, and AI is not gonna stop there, right? Like, why would AI stop there? Why was you wouldn't be able to improve the game? I don't know where he comes up with that, Those games lack inspiration. Again, you can see the theme here. If you're not a slave for long enough, you lack inspiration, true creativity, and most importantly, the fire of creation burning. Oh, the fire element? I know all about it, dude. And I fucking hate it. Because I'm not a person that can be set on fire and not take any damage from that. Okay? I'm very fragile to fire. The fire of creation, dude. Ugh. You gotta check my personality first, okay? Fire is not my thing. I'm an earth guy, okay? In someone's heart. So he actually talks about a very interesting phenomenon, which is a fire rule. The rule of stacking. Alright? You wouldn't think about it as a fire rule, because fire just burns things and tries to burn as much stuff as possible and uses everything as fuel, basically. But in a way, it's a very interesting thing. Fire transforms everything into coal, into burnt material. That looks like stacking to me, in a way. It tries to create as much of that material as possible to burn as much of things surrounding it as possible. It's crazy. And again, sometimes you get benefits from creating fire. It's kind of interesting. Uh, but yeah. It's still a lot of speculation in that regard. I don't like personalities because, or talking about elements, simply because I do like talking, but I'm never sure about it. You know, I'm still always contemplating, is this the right thing to talk about? Am I not making a mistake somewhere? Because, like, this is completely off the script. Nobody is talking about it the way that I do. I have an actual model uh, uh, of the elements that, even from the basic perspective, where wind destroys water. Alright? Wind destroys water. How? How does wind destroy water? Try and dump a bucket of water into another bucket from a fifth floor. Just dump a bucket of water to a bucket to down 5 floors. Let's see how you make it. All right, the water just gonna spill all over the place. All right. If you try to drop a rock into a bucket, you can probably do it. But dumping the water, you might get like 20% of water into that bucket. It's just gonna be really hard. If you drip it, if you make sure the water comes in droplets, you can do that. But it's gonna be very slow, and still might not do it. All right. Again, you're fighting against the power of wind. That droplet will just be shot off somewhere else, alright? Wherever the wind goes. So that droplet was definitely not guaranteed to come down at the same place where it started falling. That is the power of wind against water. I think that is enough, alright, of an argument of why wind wins against water. So it's a very interesting thing that he talks about fire. Very interesting, and he's correct about that. If you just whoops, next game, the inspiration is over. You have to start from scratch. It's a very difficult process, and the games that Axiom created are not inspiring enough for me. You know, they're not improved well enough, but they are amazing looking. Just everything amazing. They have their own technology, right? They probably still use their own rendering technology as well, not just polygons again. So who knows? Who knows how they do everything, because they're so advanced. I'm so impressed by them. And the second most impressive thing is that this guy talks as if he knows the fucking company so well. That is the second most impressive thing. It's fucking crazy. For a long time to come, there won't be any AI creating games containing well-made stories. Games don't... I immediately say that games don't actually need good stories. Immediately debunk his thing, and he kind of agrees on that. He's like, oh, I guess that's not what I meant, or whatever. We're gonna get to that, right? So this argument is not strong at all. Stories doesn't even matter. The gameplay matters. And we're gonna get well-made gameplay for sure. No problem. Or experience. You just have to look at it as experience. What do you want from games anyways? You just want to waste time. That's what you want. I honestly think that being a game developer is evil of all things. And I'm just gonna take away 1 point from him from trying to be a game developer. Because most of the time what you're gonna do is waste people's time. They're not gonna learn anything. It's not gonna improve their lives. They're just trying to be entertained. And that's the worst thing that you just can give to people, is just pure entertainment. Mr. Beast does not watch YouTube to be entertained. Mr. Beast watches YouTube to learn something. He specifically said that. But he himself makes entertainment, right? You kind of are able to learn more about money and be inspired to learn about money actually. It's very interesting. He's stretching the boundaries, so there's a lot to learn while watching Mr. Beast. But when playing a game, what is there to learn? What are you? It's just an experience. It's a very interesting experience, but it does, separate you from reality, and it's very dangerous. Alright? You can get consumed by a game, not the other way around. You don't really consume games. You just kind of go through this weird experience of entertainment. And it definitely doesn't come from stories. I'm sorry, dude. I was never fully entertained by stories. It's the stupidest thing someone could say. I always press the skip button because no story should be told by any other means but gameplay. Alright? That is the first fundamental rule that tells me that this guy is not a game developer yet, because you should know that rule. Never tell a story. Just do proper gameplay. Alright? Focus on gameplay first. That will tell the story to the player immediately. The ability to give player freedom for themselves to tell their own stories, that's even better. You don't even need to tell a story, you just give people freedom. They will do whatever they want, with it. And their own told stories to themselves will probably feel a lot better than whatever you can tell them. So, I'm sorry, dude. It's the stupidest argument ever. But he's trying to do something, what I think is pretty evil, right? He's just defending himself in some crazy ways. And he's not like, oh, AI, yeah, very interesting. AI is gonna be able to do very cool things. He's not giving up this argument. And who knows for how long this would have lasted if I responded to that. Alright? Triple the amount of text all of a sudden. And probably 10 times the amount of text that I written to him. Alright? You kind of want to go back and forth in a conversation. Don't overextend. Don't be an asshole, because the conversation will simply end. Alright? And the value will be lost. But I'm trying now to kind of one-up this guy and tell a story much longer than he would ever fucking imagine doing, right? So, let's keep going. There's no AI that has true fun on creating things, which would cause them go further than they are told, to causing them to break out of their bounds to create something truly beautiful, that there won't be any AIs that replace what you do as long as you love what you do. You wouldn't be able to understand this, but it's probably one of those common arguments against AI. The most common thing is like, AI is not creative enough, So it's just still a bunch of randomness. It won't be able to create or replace. AI, first of all, is a tool, alright? It gives you the ability to do things a lot faster, a lot more convenient, and pretty much if you have an idea, AI can turn that into reality. You don't need to have a skill. You don't need to have skills whatsoever. You just tell the AI what to do, and that's the solution. That's why I'm talking about AI in the first place. It's just very, very helpful to become a game developer that way. Alright? So for a person filled with ideas, AI is going to be irreplaceable. But until that happens, until a proper AI is created, I don't want to do shit, man. I'll let other people do it. In fact, again, I don't want to compete and do the same thing as everyone else is doing until I actually explore what they are doing in the first place. So I should be very busy playing other games and learning and figuring out how to be, as original as possible, because I'm not just competing against other maps that create Zelda maps, basically. That are very unoriginal. I'm competing against everyone, dude. And I also want to do the most stupidest thing imaginable. No. The smartest thing imaginable. Not to make a map anymore in Minecraft. I want to do a standalone game. A game that you can play, download and play immediately. You don't have to download any other extensions. And that's the hardest thing to do. Because now, there's nothing I can do about it. It's very sad. Like, there's this whole fan base, right? A whole fan base of people. And there's plenty of people who make maps, right? Excluding me, there's like 7 more people that are active at the moment. It's very interesting. I don't interact with this place. I feel like Discord is a very scary place. It's way more scarier than Markiplier's videos, I'll tell you that much. Just interaction with people, it's pretty scary. Just knowing what to say, and whether what you're saying is appropriate, just trying to think about that is very weird. Also, this guy's playing AdventureCraft. Good for you, dude. In main menu. Oh, so you're not playing? How does Discord know that? Main menu? I don't know, man. This is so weird. Scripter, AdventureCraft Patreon. Do I have more? AdventureCraft Scripter. What is the Patreon? It's fucking weird. People ask for money? Wow. He's not alone. Also, Binding of Isaac is very, very cool thing. Still, Discord is not advanced enough for me to, like, click on someone and be like, oh, that's the map they have created. Let me explore that. I'm probably gonna play AdventureCraft map in the future. I should put it on the list of things to do. I think I have it already, honestly. Do I have AC? No, I don't. I do. Right here. Yeah. I definitely thought about it. Alright. Let's just continue. So yeah, there is the basic thing about AI that AI is not creative enough. Oh man. Just look at the images. They're so creative. You have no... How does the AI even come up with that shit? Like, AI is so mind-blowing. It's way better experience and way cheaper experience. What else do you want? It improves on everything. It's much better and cheaper. What else can you fucking improve? It doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like people slaved hard enough, you know? Oh my god, dude. That's the problem that keeps on occurring. Fucking amazing, dude. Very nice. I can't give this guy any points. Yeah, he does bring up the AI main problem, so I guess that's fine. Awareness is always fine, right? But I'm the one who has to drag him, you know, and make him moral. You know, instead of him trying to figure things out by himself and make a proper video about it. If he wants to write a book, then just make a video about it. I'll subscribe, I'll watch your videos, you know. Oh wait, you're a game developer, you're not video maker, am I right? It's a whole nother level. They, for a long time to come, will only be able to create soulless minigames. Like those you can find tons in the mobile phone universe. It's so hard. It's so hard to escape this. Alright? Again, he's just saying, You don't put enough work. You can't put enough work with AI. It's just gonna make a soulless minigame. It's just gonna be nonsense, right? Everyone can do that. Yes, you're gonna be bumping into that a lot. It's very hard to navigate yourself through and find actually good game to play, good game to be invested into. Very hard to do, obviously. So I understand that I have fans that kind of want that, and this guy didn't left my Discord, so it's like that's fantastic. But you know, you don't necessarily have to make a soulless minigame. I'm just saying, AI is just a tool. You can do whatever you want. It's just so helpful, and the most important feature about AI, it makes things quicker and cheaper to make. And instead, he just wants slavery. Okay, dude. Again, it's very hard to escape the Matrix, and sometimes the Matrix is just being basic. All right. So making a minigame is the most basic thing you can do, but still, what's wrong with that? If people can play it and enjoy it to some degree, and maybe they throw it in the trash after 3 hours of experience, do you call that soulless? Because it didn't suck your soul in, you know? Is that what you want the game to do? To suck your soul? Fucking fantastic, dude. I don't understand any of this shit, man. I just like that it worked out very nicely. The soulless thing, you know, it's a meme now. Oh, the game should have souls. Oh, very interesting. You sound very evil, but it's very entertaining to me, so it's absolutely moral, okay? Sometimes Lucifer himself is a very moral person because of how entertaining he is. It's very immoral to just straight up attack someone for no reason. The most immoral thing you can do, just punch a person in the face for a random reason. But it still might be entertaining. I don't know. It's very weird. This is why I want prisons to be zoos. For people to actually interact with prisoners freely. Otherwise, we're kind of like rotting humans. We have rotting humans that we should be interacting with, you know, should allow back to the society easily. We should try and understand them, and if we can't understand them, if they're mentally ill, they should be in hospitals, not prisons, right? First of all. But it gets complicated, right? Because in hospitals, the security is actually lesser, and in hospitals, they give you medicine as a solution for something. I don't understand that. So, the prison system is very complicated. How do we get to that? Yeah, I don't remember actually. Whoops. But I love that. I love it. I guess I went into a tangent, so I have to give him a point for that. Fuck. I literally don't remember now why I jumped on the topic. But it triggers me so much, man. Yeah, I don't remember, dude. As long as you have the passion, the metaphor, again, fire thing, you will be able to create art. Oh god, man. No. Not really, dude. To create art, you need a lot of skill and good ideas. But that's true. Fire is all about skill, honestly. If you learn the fire personality, it's the first thing I figured out. It's all about skill. And I don't have skills, alright? I wasn't creating art. I was creating something very logical. Alright? I was almost trying to solve a problem. How do I make Minecraft an RPG? You know, how do I kind of have this like Skyrim experience of just exploring the world and at the same time being able to destroy every block I see and maybe even sell the block? And that was a very simple thing that I put together and solved the problem. And honestly, there doesn't have to be a story or an ending, as this guy suggested again. So, I just solved a simple problem. Is this art all of a sudden? You can argue, dude. I don't know what art is. I don't know if art is useful, honestly. Is art entertaining enough? Is now games are, considered art? Is that his argument that AI has a hard time creating art? Well, the funniest thing happened, alright? And this is an outdated argument because an artist was able to use AI as a tool to create better art than other artists. It was voted on, people decided that as a certain art that has been created was better. They won the competition using AI. Can you believe that? That I found out by using TikTok, obviously. You can't really... TikTok is a very good place for news. It's amazing. I can't believe that. So, that was a very mind-blowing thing, right? Someone used AI, and AI is such a good extension and it speeds you up, but it still doesn't give you a perfect solution. You have to go through iterations and test things and really compare things. It still requires a skill, but it's so much more interesting to do. Development is so much more interesting that, and you have to figure out exactly what to write to the AI. What exactly do you want to see? You have to understand how AI works, kind of. Get to know that. I'm proud of that person. He's a groundbreaking person, but you can probably just Google it, find out yourselves. I don't know if it's interesting to like read an article about it. We're just kind of dissecting this guy anyways. Let's focus on that. AI may be able to make games, but those are all just products. Oh yeah, you figured out the most problematic thing about games. That people consume games. It's just another way to say soulless. Games are just soulless, They don't have a good purpose. But then it's like, what the fuck, man? This is not AI problem, this is a game problem. AI cannot transcend this problem. I'm sorry, dude. It's fucking weird. What? Aren't all games, no matter how they made their products? Oh, this guy is saying that AI cannot create art. What? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's like saying that Minecraft's random terrain generation, which is also based kind of like similar to like AI technology to be able to generate things. If that's not art, even just the world itself is almost art as well. Just a tree. A tree grows out of the ground. That's art. We use that in art a lot, alright? We have to learn to draw trees because they kind of are artistic, alright? Very interesting. Yeah, so as long as you have a passion as game developer, I am confident you can create games that people will be happy to play. Sure. Passion. Oh man. Very interesting, yeah. You're just the same thing over and over again. Be a slave. Did I said that? Because that would have been, the most crushing thing to do. So what did I say? Do I give him points for what I say, is the question. I never played the game for the story, I explained that. AI is certainly a good tool that will bring incredible results. I don't think it's a bad idea to wait for this tool to come out. It's a very simple argument. AI can generate images that I would never be able to draw myself. So it has a very high level of skill collected from other human beings and compiled into one thing. It's just unbelievable. And it can still iterate, alright? It can give you iterations of the same prompt, basically, of the same idea. It's... what else is more creative than that? Alright? Being able to generate multiple variations of the same thing? That is hard to do, alright? For every creator, everyone has certain patterns that they follow. But AI doesn't have to do that because it has all the patterns possible ever followed in life. Every single pattern. It's almost like every boundary stretched, AI has that. Alright? It's unbelievable. So, saying that AI is not creative, which is the first thing that people do sometimes, is absolutely false and incorrect, unfortunately. Same goes with game making, okay? I just simply made a very simple leap. I said they make better images that I could ever make. Alright, all I have to do is just type in some text. That's all I have to do. And instead I would have to work really, really hard for no reason whatsoever. And maybe, and the worst thing is, I would get a worse result anyways. I could try tons and tons of hours of drawing things, and I will come up with a shittier result anyways what AI can do. And that is the most disappointing thing. Obviously, it feels bad. AI gets a point and the humanity loses a point. Wow, wow. So sad, right? But then you're not really celebrating the fact that AI is created by humans anyways. And it is a technological advancement. It's like being sad that smartphones exist or something. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's the stupidest thing, right? So even my fan is immoral. I'm very disappointed. Alright? Fucking Markiplier's level of immorality. Yeah, the fact that he's just keep repeating the same argument, I just really hope that he's gonna stop. I'm gonna take away 1 point again. But I like my arguments, and the fact that he triggered me to say this, very nice. It's a very simple leap, right? I just said 4 arguments and trigger the shit out of him, meaning that he doesn't know how to respond properly to my 4 arguments. Just very simple arguments. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does he have 4? He has 5. So I don't know which one is which. 5 paragraphs, dude. I don't really have passion at the moment. I'd rather see what other people have made. You know. Because competition is really hard, work is really hard. I explained myself very well. It's not necessarily that I don't have ideas, but making ideas into reality, and again, sometimes you finish the parts that you kind of know how to do, and then there's the skill gap that you have to jump across and learn things that you don't want to learn. It's the most painful process ever. Alright? And it's not worthwhile at all. It's just a pointless thing. So not only games are pointless, but trying to make a game is also pointless. So everyone's just wasting time here. It's the most pathetic thing you can do in life. I'm sorry, dude. Being a game developer that does not make a game that a lot of people are playing, and at the same time you have to send a message of some kind to almost like stop playing games and do something better with your life, which is a horrible message to send because it will confuse a lot of people. People will be like, what do I do then, right? And honestly, I am sending a message right now, the same message, simply by moving away from game development and starting this, YouTube video making business. Whatever it's going, I don't like it right now. I should be making TikToks instead, but making TikToks is very difficult. Might as well wait for AI to help me out on that one as well. Good old AI. But the problem is, obviously, AI is going to be a very expensive thing at first. So I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be available for public to use. I just don't know. If AI is going to be just like TikTok, anytime, guys. Anytime. I'll use AI anytime. And the reason why I'm not generating images is it takes a long time. I would just be doing that right now. Just generating images. Maybe generating images for a living. Because people probably now paying money for that shit. What can you generate? Impress me, dude. Entertain me. I don't know, dude. There's much better things to do right now. So it's not necessarily that I don't have a passion to make a game anymore. It's that I have bigger passions. They're way more important, way more relaxing. I don't have to work too hard. Which is just better in many ways, right? And, alright. Should be all of these should be very self-explanatory and just final in a way. Like, what can you possibly talk about? But I didn't come against this guy, and also I made these as separate comments, as you can tell. I can edit them separately, right? So I carefully constructed every single argument. I showed an example. But for some reason, I couldn't inspire this guy. So I'm also very confused. If I am inspiring you so much to even become a game developer, why can't I fucking inspire you to have a proper conversation? I can't fucking do that. I'm so sorry, dude. Not the best example, but still. What? Still? Just because they don't employ any human programmers won't mean human game development or even human programming will die out. No, that's literally what happens. No, just kidding. Yeah, obviously doesn't mean that. People will have to use AI now instead of a programming language. It's much simpler, I'll tell you that much, and a lot quicker, and everyone is gonna do it. Programming is dead, alright? It's pointless now. And most importantly, AI is not just gonna make games, AI is gonna make social media platforms. AI is gonna make... That's it. That's kind of the boundary here. It's like, what am I gonna say? Apps? No. Why should it make apps? It's a little bit too in depth. It is the AI's very scary technology, and it's already killing people. So that is weird. But some people are programming AI to be like robots that kill other people. So it's like that's what you get. People are trying to tame AI to do military work pretty much. And it is surprising that it's not working very well right now. But yeah, that's also something to think about. That's something that Elon Musk is concerned about, and probably rightfully so. It's a very, very painful thing to know that the same tool can be used for such great evil you couldn't even comprehend. And who knows what's gonna happen with that. If drones start flying around and checking out on what you're doing, so you stay in line. But it feels like we have so much freedom now. Nobody would dare to take it away from us. So that's cool. So yeah, programming is not gonna die out. It's just gonna become more efficient now, and less people will be willing to do programming in the first place, because it's kind of pointless at that point. The thing is, it's like, it will die out because the definition of programming will change so much that you can't just call it programming anymore, I don't think. It has to be something else. It's like the difference between something that has been produced, industrial, and something that is handmade. Yeah, industrial stuff is much better because it's cheaper. You don't like that? Again, it's just the difference of saying I love slavery and I love robots. That's the difference. You know? You don't see that? Really? I'm so sad that I didn't reply to this, but at this point I was just offended, you know? I don't want to reply anymore. The conversation is over. So I didn't pick this point apart, but I'm doing it right now, so congratulations. Obviously this is a lot of honor to be picked apart. I'm gonna give him 2 points of honor. Alright, very cool. The industrial product may be doing its job, mostly always being something that feels at least okay to use. There's nothing special about it. Do you see another problem here? He's like Andrew Tate. He's a very rich guy. He can afford a lot of special things. I'm sorry, life is not about receiving special treatment. That is very expensive. That is very rare to get. It's very hard work. If you want that, or you have to break the system somehow. I don't know. How do you come up with that shit in the first place? I'm a rich guy. I want special things. Industrial things are fucking garbage. I want handmade everything, dude. Hell no, dude. Get the fuck out of my... I'm banning this guy. Yeah, I don't ban people like that, but... because it gives us a lot of value to just... You know, you write your book, you do that, but prepare to be judged real hard, alright? Prepare to be humbled. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, give me subscribers. If you have subscribers, give me subscribers right now. I have a gun to your head. I'm demanding. I'm just saying. I need more subscribers. I can't live without them. Alright, humans on the other hand can do stuff that machines can't do. Yeah, they can stretch the boundaries, and that's about it. And obviously humans created machines in the first place. And machines have limitations, yeah, sure. Again, that's another common thing against AI, is like, well, humans are better. I feel very uncomfortable that AI... You call AI better? I can definitely be better than AI. No, you can't. You just can't. I'm sorry. AI is a combination of multiple humans, of many, many humans, doing a certain task. Alright? So, whatever humans can do, the AI can replicate that and do it better, because whatever you just did is some kind of pattern related to something that AI can learn from so many sources, of information of somebody else doing a similar thing. And they can try that, and then they figure out what is more valuable based on whatever kind of determines value. They can figure that one out as well. They can figure out everything. It's just easy for them. No problem. So I'm not sure. You have to give me examples, unfortunately. What can't machines do? What exactly is that? AI is like... AI is like a definition of like God himself. You're literally talking to God. Because humans can kind of recreate God as well. But it's a very complicated thing, right? Like, humans will create something that will repeat the same thing that we just did. Alright? So whatever we do, when we do stuff, can do stuff, alright? Okay, so we can do stuff. Whatever we do, machine can literally just replicate that immediately. I can make an image and I can copy and paste that. Does that not mean that machine did not do it? Like, I guess he's stretching some definitions here, and he's saying that I actually did it, and I take credit for it. I think machines have to take all the credit, honest, but they can't, right? They just can't take all the credit. And that's very interesting. I think one of the most interesting things that is going to happen again is morality thing, and machines are going to evaluate you on how useful you are to the AI. If they have learned anything from you, that would be very interesting. That will tell you how unique you are. So yeah, you can create unique products which always vary in quality. It's really hard to argue against this point. I'll give him 3 points immediately. Unique. But you never know. You never fucking know. Human mind works exactly the same as AI. It's random. Alright? AI can pick up on that pattern and repeat it as well. Unfortunately. It can be just as random, just as unique, which always vary, which, does the same thing. So, are you talking about humans or AI machines? Because they can do that. Machines can do unique products, unfortunately. Alright? Anything generated by AI is almost like, by definition, unique. Even a fucking Minecraft map generated is gonna be unique by default. Even, in fact, just shuffling cards, it will create a unique pattern never created before. Is that good? Is being unique that good? Or how unique can you get? Is the question. In fact, there's another weird thing that happened to humanity. We stopped creating art. The modern art is a mockery of art. We started creating modern art that is terrible quality, but people just don't care about art anymore, so we had to kind of create modern art that, just is a meme at this point. Paintings that sell for a lot, just to prove that people are stupid, and they don't value art at all. That's the modern art. And honestly, that's very interesting. How the quality is actually going down for just to mock the humans. Humans are mocking each other. It's like, we're so stupid. You know, if we come together and build AI, it's going to be a lot more smarter and efficient and better in every way. But if we just separately work on something and put a lot of work into it, we're not guaranteed that people will care about it. Alright? We can put a lot of work. It can be really high quality, but it might just stop there. The value, the impact to the world might be just tiny. Unreasonably tiny. You might not even be able to sell your goddamn painting, no matter how good it is. Unfortunately. And right now, in a digital age where people get things for free, I'm sorry, dude. You're not able to sell anything at all. The NFT craze that people are going through, obviously just for some rich people who don't know where to spend their money and think that they can own something digital all of a sudden. Like, what does that even mean? You know, people are trying to explain me that you cannot just copy and paste an image. But then I also got another explanation. What if the NFT gets deleted? You know, your ownership will not get deleted, but the image itself can actually be deleted. Because your ownership is of a link to the image, not the image itself. That's a big problem, and it's very cute. You know, even that's a problem. Just being able to own something for some kind of value, for some kind of vanity, basically. So yeah. Very interesting. I, again, went on a tangent here, but I just explained, no. No, machines can definitely do unique things. What are you talking about? Do you know what you're talking about? Are you sure? Are you sure what you're saying is valuable and unique? You know, I'm sorry, dude. The moment you put so much pressure, you're gonna get the same pressure back, the same treatment, and you're gonna get kicked out for hypocrisy. That's the problem about having opinion in general. You have to be so careful. It's unbelievably difficult. I don't know if I'm careful enough, but most of them just talking about experience and examples, and how I feel, maybe. No, I'm just kind of generating things to think about, not necessarily giving my opinion, but just debunking the hypocrisy here. Because, again, it's very difficult to just put pressure on things and get away with it. It's fucking weird what this guy's doing. And again, he's not making an argument. He just kind of repeated the same "I want slavery" thing, instead of saying whatever he started with, which is the story thing. But still, I want to talk about slavery and how I love it. Some may be seen as terrible. So terrible, in fact, that they are just thrown away after a short time while having lost lots of potential. What? What? What are you talking about? You're talking about human products now? So terrible? Which will often, for example, happens... In fact, this is amazing, right? All the human stuff that humans have been doing so far now is very useful, and AI probably will be capable of rewarding people for participating on the internet. Maybe one day AI will gonna, scan my videos and pick up that I'm very valuable as a person. I'm very self-aware or something. And AI will reward me for that. That alone is, a motivation to keep going, honestly. That AI itself will recognize the value. In fact, I don't get likes on Instagram, but I got one like in particular, and I'm very proud of that. I never really thought that would happen. I got one like from Rebecca Black, a girl that I really like. I made her a drawing and she liked it, and it's perfect. I didn't got any more likes after that. Very nice, right? It's possible for AI to like me while nobody else likes me. That's my point. It's possible that a very important person will like me, while everyone else is just blind at that point. They don't care about me because nobody's talking about me, I'm not important enough yet. So that's very interesting. I still don't know what this guy means. I don't know. It's like, yeah, some people make trash. What's your point again? Which will often, for example, happens because how long is this video? 1 hour and 20 minutes. Man, we're halfway there. For fuck's sake, we're just halfway there. We might spend more than 2 hours. I'm scared, guys. But it's so worth it. It's just fucking fantastic. It's just my YouTube channel is a proof that people don't think enough. The fact that you have to put hours and hours just to think, to make the right decisions in life, just to think. Wow, it's like you have a lot of work to do, unfortunately. I'm very sorry to break that to you, but you have a lot of work ahead of you. My channel is the scariest thing you will ever experience because, just to think properly, you have to think about it a lot as well. You have to improve this skill of thinking about things. I hope you're excited about doing that. That's life right there. But I am excited. It's very interesting to me. I find it very interesting that other people are not excited as I am. Also, that's a typo. AI wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, dude. AI is perfect on grammar. You might need some AI to check your spelling, dude. I'll just put it in the trash just because, you misspelled a word. I got a similar treatment by writing a book. It's like, well, you misspelled a lot of things. You made so many mistakes, spelling mistakes. Shut the fuck up, man. That's not the point of writing a book. It's like how many mistakes I make. It's how much value I can actually generate. I'm not gonna reduce this guy's value just because he made a mistake. I'll actually give a point because, I can use that mistake to give you guys an example of what happened to me, and that it's not moral to just point out people's mistakes. It's a lot more moral to point out their values, Very simple. It's a very simple principle that people have to learn. Alright, put it in the back of their heads, just in case. Which will often, for example, happens because they don't believe in themselves, or they're just so overworked because they didn't took themselves time to rest, causing them to burn out or just stop work on it because they felt like, good enough. Way too early, instead of thinking, is it actually good enough? So yeah, it's a lot of random stuff, but I can see the argument, right? Like, you want people to not give up, to make sure to perfect whatever they're doing, to maximize the value of that thing. And honestly, someone just gave up. Or maybe, well, this guy does not give up, alright? He does not give up on his arguments. He wants to Make as many of them as possible. You know, he's getting his moment of fame right now. It's fucking awesome, am I right? Does it feel amazing? You might need a lot of rest from that one. I don't know why you burnt out, you know, why did you stop? Also, I don't know where these people come from. And why does this guy reply to them? Why did you click that button, dude? Wave high button? It's very toxic, man. I don't know why Discord did it. But you know. He likes clicking buttons, I guess. He doesn't do it for everyone. He just happened to want to experience that feeling. What it's like to say hi with crazy emojis. This is randomly generated, by the way. Well, not generated, just randomly picked emoji. Or just random emoji, that's how I should say it. They're all wave. It's not even emoji, honestly, it's like animated thing. I wouldn't even call it an emoji. Very interesting. I wonder how many of them there are. So far we see 3, 4. 4. Is that all? There's probably like 10. I can probably even do math and figure it out on average what it is. Because there's 2 of them are repeating out of 6. Right? That's kind of interesting. So yeah, I am also disappointed in people not doing good enough things and not improving them properly. It's like I always talk about Skyrim not being updated. I can talk about Elder Scrolls Legends not being updated. They think it's good enough? It's not good enough. I can literally tell you which cards are good and which cards are bad. I can tell you that much. If cards have such a big difference that I can tell a difference in the first place, they're not doing a good enough job. I'm just saying. So it's not good enough. We can pick apart anything and improve it, for sure. But you know who else is gonna improve things? AI. You know, AI will literally feed you advices that will make you reconsider whether advices are useful or not. You know, that's how good AI is gonna be. Human advice is not good enough. Another human advising you, you have to think for yourself, unfortunately. But everyone is specialized at something, so they can advise you on a small thing that they know very well about, right? They can react to you maybe doing a mistake in life that they know all about it, you know? So people can advise you on one thing, AI can advise you on everything all the time. Whatever you're doing, it can criticize you, it can advise you. It's gonna be a fucking moral disaster in a way. Because you won't be able to move anymore. Everything will feel like has to be judged. In fact, yeah, the world will change a lot. I use the clock metaphor. So we have a 3, 4. When AI becomes big, we'll feel the difference immediately. Right now, you can feel the difference by using TikTok. But you can feel like TikTok is just a social media site to feed you content. It's not a big deal, right? But it is the news source. It is a game changing for sure. And I was like sleeping on it for a little bit, but I came back from the hospital. Yeah, TikTok is huge. It's unbelievably big. But what's gonna be even bigger than that is gonna be AI, and it's gonna change. This is a humanity's clock. When one number changes, at least 15 years of progress has been made. But when the second number changes here, 60 years of progress has been made. 4 times the amount of progress. So, that's huge. It's gonna feel very, very different. Life is gonna feel very different. And this guy should be excited about AI instead of trying to criticize it. I think AI will not like that. Alright, it will read that, it will also check my video, and is gonna judge this guy for the rest of his life. Is gonna spank this guy in the ass. Alright? I'm sorry, dude. You just made a terrible, terrible mistake. I hope you have a good life after that. I'm gonna give him 2 points so he doesn't feel too bad when AI decides that you need a lot of advice in life, dude. You're doing a lot of wrong things. That's what's gonna happen to immoral people. They're just gonna be swarmed with AI telling them what to do over and over again. The government will make sure of that. It will send notifications to that person. Hey, you should do this. Hey, you should do that. AI is gonna be very invasive as well. Believe me. And yeah, companies will try their best to be as invasive as possible without getting in trouble, obviously. But at the same time, will companies even exist anymore? Won't everything be owned by AI? Like, the weirdest thing, like, the world is gonna change so badly, so just the ability to talk about it, yeah, criticize it as much as you want. The ability to talk about it is very important. The awareness that you need to have right now about AI will save your life. Because potentially, again, AI can be very dangerous, and you have to be in the right place in the right time to avoid the bullshit. Again, I'm already surprised that like AI is not being used in war already to just wipe out Russians who are a little bit behind technology-wise. I think already, you know. Imagine the pain of Russia right now. In fact, this is perfect. Like, the humanities clock literally tells us Russia will disappear and will be replaced by something else immediately. By number 4. Alright. Russia represents this capitalism number 3 and will disappear. Be replaced. That's what the clock says. And that's very fantastic to me. I mean, wow. Really? It makes sense. Because the sanctions are very harmful to AI technology. Not some fucking 5G technology that some video once suggests, honestly. If Russia does not have the latest technology, the access to the latest technology, it can probably still use the internet just fine. I'm surprised that they can, in fact. You cannot probably stop that, but they might just be behind with that. People might not want to give them AI technology, but it's a little bit of a stretch, honestly. I don't know what's gonna happen with Russia's ability to reach for AI. I think Putin is a very terrible ruler of Russia. It will set them back a lot. It will confuse them. Will distract them from actually reaching for these crazy technologies and innovating. I don't know. I just feel like Russia is in a bad place right now. Because they just proven themselves to be weak and pathetic in a way. And immoral, most importantly. Very immoral the way they behave right now. With like prisoners of war or something. Fucking rape them and castrate them? What the hell, dude? I've seen a TikTok about that. It's fucking disgusting. And it's like, yeah. Oh man, you don't want to know about that. All right, I just gave you a glimpse. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know about that, but that was interesting. Just how immoral Russians are. Not only they attack, they want to pillage and destroy like old school bandits or something. They're not doing it for moral reasons, you know? They're not killing each other to take over Ukraine and do something better with that land than is already being... No, they're just there to pillage. Not much else. It's like crazy. Alright. So another tangent. I'll give 2 points. Oh, we just lost everything. Come. Stupid midnight thing. God damn it. But I will never get rid of it. I'm sorry, dude. You just lost everything. And I don't... When did I started this video? I can give you 1 hour and 35 minutes. Which is, let's calculate that together for no reason. What is that? What? Hit Spotify? What the fuck? I've never seen that before. Spotify, dude. I know I have Spotify. Alright. So we have 60 minutes plus 36 minutes. Times seconds divided by 2. That's the amount of pings. 2880. 2880. I'm gonna just give it to Discord. I don't know if this guy is important enough to me for him to receive points. I was just gonna give it to Discord. It's just like, if he keeps on doing that and showing his opinion about something and writing books about something, maybe I'll care. But right now he's just a Discord dude. So ping only. These are the amount of pings I will be giving this guy. And that's it. So, the 7th X showed up with a bunch of pings. Let's continue. Alright. We had like 73 points of value. Something like that. That's very unfortunate. This is the stupidest thing that I just don't want to fix. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still lazy. Alright, even using the best system in the world that I've ever seen. The most interesting thing I've ever seen in the world. Alright. I would obviously use someone else's technology. Right? Not really, because now I have so much control over this thing. So, and I'm really proud of myself, too. Some may be worse than industrial standard, but the people who made them still can be proud of them. No, they can't. How are you gonna be proud of yourself after wasting time and maybe not even be able to sell your thing for more than what industry sells them for, you know? Again, that's a very big competition, isn't it? If someone can just pump out games like fucking crazy, right? Are you competing against that? Are you sure about that? And just being proud is like... you can just be delusional at that point. It's not a high level of value to just be proud. I don't know, man. When they made them themselves. I did it myself. I have acquired a skill. Awesome, dude. Keep going. Don't stop there. Be a slave, you know? Keep stacking your shit. You started stacking, don't stop. This guy keeps repeating the same principle over and over again. Keep stacking. Don't stop. Gurnex, do you stop stacking? What's wrong with you, dude? You shouldn't give up. Now, you stacked a pretty good thing. You know what I did, actually? I just, thrown some shit that I had some skill, but I wasn't trying to stack. I just thrown shit that I liked into one place, compiled it in one place as a big pile of poop, and you want me to keep stacking? Do you know how exponentially harder it is to keep stacking a pile of poop? You know, it has to be bigger and bigger, you know. You can imagine a circle, and to make a circle bigger and bigger, it's exponentially more resource intensive to do. So I'm sorry, dude. I can't just keep stacking the same pile of poop. It's not gonna be impressive anymore, and it's gonna be increasingly more difficult to reach higher heights. Okay? I quit, man. And others may enjoy them just because they are different and handmade and not that boring standard. Wow, you have a lot of time on your hands to find the standard boring. Alright? A lot of time on your hands. Oh, it's the same thing over and over again. It's the standard thing that they just print out. Even food. There's all kinds of different food being made. It takes a long time to get used to it and get bored of it. Believe me. And don't you like food? It's like, you want food to be handmade as well? What's going on here? You know, it's the funniest thing. Let's give him a point. Very nice. Epic. And many also may be better than industrials. Many? Many? Really? Are you sure about that? Just because they're unique? Again, this guy is saying that industrial stuff is just like AI, just like what AI would do. No, AI randomly generates things, unfortunately. Even solutions that you wouldn't come up with, honestly. So you kind of have to control it a little bit and make sure that AI does what you want instead of whatever happens to have happened, you know. There are also a lot of principles in life that you have to follow, and industries have to pick up on these principles. Right? It's a lot of work that you have to appreciate, and most importantly, appreciate the fucking fact that it saves the world right now. Cheap things people can't afford. Expensive things, obviously, people can't afford handmade things. The fact that, you know, things are cheap and industries, companies make cheap things, it saves the fucking world. And AI is the next level of the same fucking thing, making things cheaper. If you don't like that, I don't know what kind of fucking argument you can say against that. I'm sorry, dude. But this is, again, like, to break all of this down, it takes 3 hours. I can't believe it. It's gonna be 3 hours. But it's the funniest video to just look at and be like, wait, he's gonna spend 3 hours doing what? Reading this much text? Just this much text? Yeah, because it's wrong, you know. And someone felt very courageous, guys. We can sense that, alright? Your fire personality's through the roof. Or at least, he very much likes fire for some reason. I don't know why. But I just can only imagine that he has a personality thing going on. And, at least I am self-aware of what my personality is, but, you know, and I talk about it a lot, so I don't understand why this guy is not self-aware. He didn't put enough work. In fact, like, my videos are also very original. Don't you watch that? You're just excited about my Creeper's Forge thing? I don't know, man. I'm disappointed. You should be more well-rounded as a person than that, you know. You should be excited about just whatever I'm doing, you know. And in fact, he is very excited. You know, he wrote a book about it. So, fuck yeah, dude. Alright, I'll give you 2 points for being very excited. Very nice. If they're slightly better, if they are slightly better people, if they're slightly better, there should be something to stop me from reading. Alright, some comma thing going on. People will be amazed by them. No. It's true. It's true. In the future, not right now. In fact, people disrespect copyright right now as much as they can possibly do it. Alright? Nobody cares about the original creator. In fact, I don't care about original creator. I test how it works. How care even works. Not even slightly better as well. You have to be significantly better as well than industrial whatever thing is. But it's like, what are you even talking about? Let's say people are making industrial music. What is that? What is that, you know? It's not even easy to do. It's like, is Ariana Grande just pumping out songs left and right and nobody cares about them? No. Even she's taking huge breaks and who knows what she's doing between them. And the waiting is painful, okay? I'm not impressed. I want her to be industrial. You know, I want her to just shit out songs, even if they suck. Maybe some of them are good, you know? That's what I want. So, but I also want a lot of music videos, and those are very hard to make. And it feels like I kind of just want to click on them. And clicking on just pure music feels bad. It's disgusting, right? But that's just how it feels. But yeah, it's very interesting. Can you turn that into an industrial stuff, please? Alright. Just put it on a thread mill and just keep producing it. That would be nice. I don't know. Of course people appreciate things, but not by default. It's actually very hard to get appreciation. So I don't know. Of course people care, like, whether you're original or ripping off stuff. People care about that stuff. But when you are original, you actually get nothing. When you're not original, people kind of give you a little bit of hatred for that. Alright? So you don't get, like, bonuses. You don't get amazement, I don't think. You just get punished. You don't get rewarded, unfortunately, for being better. The best reward that you can get is ability to sell things. Oh, it's a little bit better than industrial stuff. What are you selling this for? Oh, I'm selling this for 10 times the price. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to buy that. I'll just buy industrial stuff instead. Oh, whoops. You know, you have to industrialize your thing to make it cheaper and higher value to people. You have to stretch those boundaries, unfortunately. If you really want to make an impact, if you really want to make a business out of it, if you really want to get your time's worth, I don't know. If they're much better than the industry will be amazed by them, which can cause the industry higher their quality standards, which is another simple thing about AI. Yes, AI can improve if people still, you know, get a higher and higher level of skill. AI will improve. That's cool. Sure. And the industry will improve. But not also not by default. Industry can improve by itself. It's like, what kind of person is able to just create a smartphone and compete against an industry? Tell me, dude. How much skill do you have to make an iPhone, you have to have more than skill, unfortunately. You have to have resources, you have to be able to invest. Where are you gonna get the money? How are you gonna do any of this shit? Alright? Of course, people should just be amazed if you do anything, but they won't be, alright? Because it's most of the time, 99% of the time, it's not gonna be better than the standard thing, unfortunately. And, that's why just people shouldn't even try. And they know not to do that, but this guy just doesn't care about that for some reason. The world always has been like this, since the invention of the steam engine. First, there are only handmade products, and then they will be industrialized to increase the potential of things. And now the cycle has reached game development. So you are excited about AI or not? Because that's fucking weird, dude. The games are made handmade, actually. Not really. Games are coded, right? These are kind of building blocks, yes. You can say it's handmade and not just generated by AI or whatever, randomly generated. That's cool. But Minecraft is like a weird thing in between where things are randomly generated and that's kind of your experience, and AI is just gonna go one step forward and generate the entire game for you, technically. So you don't have to even develop it anymore. Yeah, I can just figure out how Minecraft works and recreate it somehow. And make it potentially even more efficient, you know. But that will take a long time. And that's just kind of what I'm excited about. Sure, whatever, dude. Handmade. Like, he doesn't say, I am the happiest person. The fact that I can get things for cheap, you know, and that I don't have to handmade things to have them. I can just buy them. You know, just be fucking happy, dude. Just stop arguing. There's no point. If you want to lose miserably, but this guy is not losing miserably. This guy is winning, miserably winning, because I have to make a video about him. You know, he's very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. He's just, I don't know. I don't want to put him on like low moral scale. I can't really compare this guy to like YouTubers because I have to talk through this whole thing. You know. But it is what it is. Everyone has their ups and... This is now him talking about the passion thing. Just responding to this one thing. Who would have thought? So he's responding to this thing? It's kind of weird, dude. I'm confused. Alright. So maybe now he's responding to my actual thing. He was just triggered with my wall of text. Look how big it is, you know. It's also still separate. 4 separate arguments. If anything, sign me up for that because I'm tired being a programmer. Very simple argument that he didn't really talk about. He just doesn't care for some reason about the most important thing that he makes a mistake about. It's like, dude, it's hard work. Do you want to fucking work in a factory? Or do you just want to watch videos of things? Like, which do you prefer? hard work, I'm sorry, dude. The world is improving and you should fucking enjoy it. Alright? Nah, it's the best thing you can experience right now. It's just pure improvement and ability to just take a step back from all these crazy responsibilities that you might have. Like, it's painful. At this point, it's like the best question I can, the best follow-up question I can also ask besides, what's your game development experience? I can ask, how's your life experience? What's your life story in the first place? What made you become a game developer to begin with? And how do you pay the bills? Alright, that's the real question. Because, yeah, you might want to become a game developer, but are you really? You know, how are you gonna pay the bills before you're gonna become a true game developer, if that's really what you want? So that's the real question. It's still game development related, so it's still the same thing. But now we're like touching his real life experience and how he's dealing with that. I'm the luckiest person alive to be alive, to not be in a fucking hospital right now. I don't know, man. People are willing to mistreat you any time of day. Alright, whenever they get their hands on you, they will start mistreating you immediately. And this guy is no exception, honestly. This guy is mistreating me straight up. He gets an opportunity, he takes full advantage of that immediately. Awesome, dude. Appreciate it so much. Yeah, so he's gonna get a lot of fans from this video if this video blows up at any time, you know. So he's not gonna be butt-fucked by AI first, he's just gonna be butt-fucked by fans. Everyone will love him, you know. Oh, you hate AI? You're also gonna hate my middle... I don't know what you can say to him to offend him or something, but I want to see you try, okay? Please do that. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna make it in 2 hours, but maybe 2 hours, 20 minutes, something like that. Everyone has their ups and downs from time to time. After some time, though, it will come back, though, eventually. No? It's a very decisive thing I did. I'm not coming back until I get AI. Honestly, like, you're right, but I've said it first. I will come back to the project potentially when I get the right tools and I don't have to sweat into death just to try and produce something that's lower quality than normal of what people get out of games. Okay, the only quality that I deliver that's higher than average is the gameplay. And that's kind of what matters. But everything else is lower quality, low quality presentation in every way. So, and there's nothing I can do about it, alright? So it's very painful to me. But whatever. It worked. It just fucking worked. This guy exists, and the existence of this guy is the most moral thing here, you know, the fan standing up for his values, or whatever he's thinking, and I'm sure you will know when you're ready to continue on a project like Reaper's Forge, or any other passionate project. It's a project that I can tell definitely started with a lot of passion and ambition. I don't necessarily know what this fucking means, honestly. It's like, yeah, I definitely wanted to do something and I did it. It's like, of course. Everything has passion in it, I hope. I didn't just copy-pasted something. I didn't do that. So, he didn't praise me for being unique and not making a fucking Zelda map. So that's a mistake. I'm sorry, dude. You should have done that. I would give you a lot of points for that. Even 3 points means nothing, obviously, but whatever. Which is sadly just lost overtime. It's not sad, dude. I'm just not doing what you want me to do. That's life. Life hits you hard all the time with the same thing. People are just not gonna do what you want them to do. Especially if you ask them to do something, they probably just will not do it. You first have to earn their respect, and then they will start considering, like, yeah, I might want to pay you back, but they still will question themselves if they want to do it or not. Like, yeah, you got some unconditional love from your mother, maybe? Congratulations. That's the best you will have in life, unfortunately. That's the best friend you will ever have. Your fucking mom. So, yeah, unfortunately my mom does not have much influence on me. I'm not sure how to give her influence, to be honest. Maybe I can... Yeah, I should link my mom with some shopping, but I can't give her too much credit. I do the shopping. She gives me the money. Okay, I'm still spending her money, which is fucking fantastic, right? I'm so dependent on her. So that's that. She does not cook me food or anything. She cooks me food sometimes. I'll give you that. But it's nothing. It's just like 1%. Sometimes. It's very rare occasions, okay? Sometimes she fucking makes a sandwich. Amazing, right? Very rare. So here's some bonus points, some bonus links. That's cool, right? Let's continue with the Discord. Alright, boys. Again, he's just disregarding the hours and hours I spent making videos, But I just like Reaper's Forge. You should keep doing that thing. Keep improving that thing. In fact, it kind of makes sense, right? I should pick up a video and keep trying to make the same video and improving on that, right? That's what I should be doing, right? It's a weird thing, but at the same time, it's like, it is a big question. Should you just make a bunch of games and improve your skill? Or should you just make one very, very, very good game? That's a very difficult question. The solution to this is very simple, actually. Stacking again. You make a very good game, but you keep making games. Alright? Maybe a game inside a game as well. Maybe you just create one game that has a lot of game modes that you want to create. Technically, that means that you want to make a very good engine and a very good game to represent the engine, and a bunch of games where you're just going to be learning what the engine can do, but it's also going to be entertaining to other people. That's the best solution that I can give you right now. If you want to be a game developer, that's what you want to do. You want to make a big game that you come back to every single time to improve and to add all the skills that you have acquired. You're just going to add it to this game. But other than that, you're just going to be exploring the world by creating small games and playing other games and being inspired and trying to recreate something like that. And you'll just be trying different genres, all kinds of stuff, making small games. This is kind of where you start most of the time. You just make a lot of small games. But in order to represent yourself as a game developer, you do have to make one good game. Alright, so that's how it works most of the time. It's a hard process. I had to live through that, and I don't want to go back. Alright, to none of that shit. No games, sorry. But it's a very similar process to making videos as well. You have to make a very good one video that introduces you or people to your channel, one big viral video, right? And then the rest is like for the fans, for loyal people who just consume everything you do. Alright? So you're trying to serve two things. You're trying to serve the fact that people need to discover you, and you need to serve the fact that people want to consume everything you do past this point as a part of the news cycle, as if you're the best thing that can happen to someone today, right? The best experience that they can have. The news. I want more and more. So it's very interesting. Usually this comes in, like, I think in some kind of video series is best way to do it. Let's say I do the bullshit videos, right? Talk about bullshit. I think this is the most important stuff I do. And then I just kind of do more videos about random things. So just kind of explore the world at the same time, while thinking about morality as much as possible. So I'm learning constantly, and that's that, you know. That's how you do it, basically. The satire really could be felt through the game. Oh, this blah blah blah. Hardest possible thing to make with programming being the killing blow to it. He really emphasized that. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I ran into a wall. I really wanted as much freedom as possible to make the best thing as possible as well. And I ran into a lot of difficulties, honestly. I just didn't have enough skill. A lot of people are doing great things with Unity, and I just don't know how to do it. So I just came out with the stupid idea to make my own way of rendering things. Like, what could be more stupid than that? I put myself so much hard work out of nowhere of a thing that I may not be able to finish. Only a team of people could rely on themselves enough to, like, bring new technology to life. I cannot do it by myself. So it was stupid for me to think that I can. But at the same time, I was very inspired by the same dude who founded this whole, like, Euclidean thing. So I thought I could do it too, you know. But that's just a stretch. You gotta be very, very very courageous. I mean, I don't know what kind of skills you have to do that. It's just mind-blowing. Some people just do incredible things out of nowhere. And I can't recreate that, unfortunately. I just kind of have to give up, okay? It's just too hard. Alright, and it's still not guaranteed to make it. You know, after you make a successful product, you still have to make it actually successful, and so people actually buy it. So on top of building something, you still have to learn all the other skills to figure out how to sell the product. It's just so weird, man. To advertise to people that this product is awesome. How do you do that? All these skills. It's impossible, man. You have to have a team of people, somehow. Starting from scratch and trying to do big things. I mean, you gotta be seriously nuts about it, man. You gotta be obsessed about it and be ready for incredible challenges, which I am not ready for. All I need is just a little bit of money to survive, and then I do whatever the fuck I want. And right now, that's the most moral thing to do. Alright, escape the Matrix, do whatever the fuck you want. Congratulations, you win. Game over, I think. yeah, as long as you're doing moral things, as long as you're improving the world in some way, and you feel good about being moral in the first place, that's when I give you a thumbs up. Have as much freedom as you like, alright? The moment you stop being moral, then I will question you. This guy feels a lot of freedom to write a lot of text. I wouldn't give him that much freedom, unfortunately. I just can't control it right now, so... But at some point there's gonna be AI that, controls that very simply, You're doing something immoral, your freedom goes down. Especially, like, imagine someone uploading a bunch of videos to YouTube. Not me, okay? I don't upload daily. I'm sorry, guys. I kinda do, though. Kinda shit post, but whatever. Imagine someone posting 7 videos a day, which we actually analyzed already. The LankyBox shit. The biggest shit on YouTube, honestly, so far discovered. 59 points of value. This guy is shit posting these 2 people, and who knows how many people are working with them. They're shit posting on the internet right now. It's disgusting. It's for the children, guys. Fuck you, dude. Why everything immoral has to be for the children? That's stupid. Alright? You're not working for the children. You have to treat children as adults because they're gonna become adults anyways. Alright? So don't give them fucking special treatment. They have to learn the real world and not regret being not being a child anymore, They should, feel that they're improving and they're becoming the adult, and it's the most exciting thing to do, and they will enjoy being an adult finally when they get there. Alright? So they should always try and improve as much as possible and grow as fast as possible. It's very simple. The most moral thing to do, right? To inspire a child to become a proper adult. To learn as fast as possible, because as a child you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna be very immature by definition, so and it's gonna create a lot of problems, alright, for everyone. It has been around 10 years, it's 11 years now. So, you're wrong. Around, but he's right at the same time, since he started working on the map. And back then, why is he telling me my own story, by the way? It's like, I know, I have been following you for 10 years. What the fuck, man? Quit following me. I don't know you. You follow me for 10 years now? Fucking weirdo. I don't know you for some reason. It's kinda weird. Maybe you want to introduce yourself already and tell your story, not my own story. Very interesting. Again, I went on a tangent at some point. I'll give 2 points. I don't see like super immoral things here because it's first time I'm experiencing this much weird stuff. So again, I can just take a lot of value out of that. You made something very unique that AI will be proud of. Honestly. Sorry for telling you that AI will buttfuck you for doing bad things here. Maybe you're doing something very innovative, and AI will give you a lot of points for that. Congratulations. You tried really hard. And back then you had started with a passion to make sandbox RPG, which for some time had been one of the greatest maps of AdventureCraft mods. Yeah, it was. For some time? It's not the best one? Who did it? Who fucking beat me, dude? Could have become a lot better. Everything could have become a lot better, dude. If you just learn more skills and put a lot more work into it, of course it's gonna be better, right? Yeah. And it becomes exponentially more and more difficult to make it better, unfortunately. And I kind of know how to improve the game, I guess, but like there's no easy way to do it, and you kind of start running out of ideas real quick, dude. Just real quick. You need other people to tell you what to do at some point. Of what they want in the game. But even that might be a bad advice. So, it gets really difficult really fast. So saying something could be a lot better? Jesus fucking Christ. Might as well you fucking do it, okay? You think it could be a lot better? You try and do it, man. I'm scared of criticizing Hearthstone. It's the best and most influential thing at the moment, to me. So, why should I criticize it? Well, there's certain things that I don't like, but trying to improve that is incredibly difficult. If people knew how to improve it, and they're working on it right now, they would do it immediately, right? They wouldn't think about it. But people still complain about Hearthstone, and developers still don't know what they're doing. And it's like, wow, it's kind of weird. You can almost improve indefinitely, forever, and explore the same concept over and over again. It's kind of crazy. So, I understand the sentiment, right? You can improve forever. A very interesting sentiment. It's just I don't want to be improving inside Minecraft's mod, of all things. There are, again, some people that I could impress, potentially, you know? A new map, something new? I will suck a dick on that one. You know, there's some people I could impress, for sure. Do I want to do that? Let's see, there's like 200 people active, 50 people gonna check it out. Check out what I'm doing. Is there another category after the 200 thing? It's really fucking frustrating that I have to scroll down. There's also online 8. So there isn't another category, unfortunately. Or fortunately, or whatever I was scrolling through. Yeah, so let's say probably only like at most 50 people are gonna check out my map if I release it again. And it's not gonna spread any wider than that, because I don't know if these guys have YouTube channels to, you know, spread the word. Big enough YouTube channels. It's really hard to build a YouTube channel in the first place. I'm sorry. So, there's so many problems with this stuff. Is he still playing menu? Why the image is changing? It's almost it's taking pictures or something. Fucking crazy. Oh my god. Ray Freak? I know this guy. CEO of Tech? What the fuck is Tech? Why is it LT? Why is it Lithuanian thing? That's kinda awkward. Yeah, I probably will not find out what it is. But I don't think CEO of anything plays AdventureCraft anymore. I'm just saying. Like, CEO of Models? Name Puzzle. Fucking CEOs everywhere, guys. Where did these come from? I want to know more about these people. I think Ray Freak has a YouTube channel as well. You're CEO with, oh, even more videos than I have? Are you serious? Holy shit, man. He has so many. He's just playing games. Is that AdventureCraft he's playing? Also, he is German. Just pumping out content, man. Or is he? I guess. I think he played my map, is what I'm saying. But the weird thing is, he also made his own map. He became a AdventureCraft developer. And he scripts too? Scripter, yeah, sure. Script tutorial. Very interesting, dude. It's just very hard to tell what he's actually doing. Yeah, he has tons and tons of videos. I think at some point he played my map. And completed it, I think. No? He didn't? It was some other dude? That's fucking weird. Best of Ray Freak? What the fuck? 2021? I wanna watch this bullshit. But it's German, right? It's kind of disappointing to me that, you know, a German dude is more popular than me. It's fucking disgusting. And it's still excited with this stupid 400 subscribers. How do you have time for that shit? Alright? And to become a CEO of something. No. No way, dude. Very interesting. Again, if I had courage, I would say something about it, you know? But whatever. But he's still playing AdventureCraft after all these years as well. It's crazy, man. And still pumping out content too. 4 years, 5 years, 6 years now. Still playing things. It's crazy, man. For 7 years he's making videos. AdventureCraft. Wow, interesting. Yeah, if he wasn't German, and for some reason he... I'm not... Why is it English? Most of it. The Let's Play part is like... Shouldn't that be German too? Pretty sure this is German still, right? Yeah. HD, boys. How did you do that, boy? But the game itself is English, obviously. Yeah. So it's a rough thing. I'm just... Wow. Where do you get all these fans, dude? How do you do it, man? 400 is crazy. And what kind of fucking map did you make as well? And why are you still doing this thing? Wait, Ende? This is not AdventureCraft anymore, I don't think. But why? No, Legendary Masks, I've heard that before. He must still be playing I mean, he is, right? He literally is. Oh, Ende is just the end. Of course. And he's also playing Rayman. Very interesting person. Let's keep going with that. Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I want to even compare myself to these people, but I even don't feel like I'm comparable. Unfortunately. I want to compare myself to the best YouTubers of all time. Just because of how moral I am, how cool I am. To myself, at least. I'm so sexy, guys. Alright. A lot better. This is where we stopped. If you just didn't give up so fast. So fast? I worked on it for like 5 years on and off. So fast? Are you sure about that? Give up? Fuck that, dude. from everything else something special. Of course. Of course it did. It's still. Wow. Even after I gave up. Wow. So cool. Am I right? Yeah, okay. We go back to AI. Alright. Yeah, I'll also make perfect photorealistic images of people. Oh. Yeah, he knows a lot about this stuff. That's very nice. But perfect is not always good. This is probably the stupidest thing I've ever heard from anyone ever, honestly. I'll give one... I'm not gonna take away point, because we literally just checked out Rayman instead of looking at his comment. I got distracted, guys. How moral is that? If you say something like that, I mean... You're the most weirdest immoral person I've ever come across, because what the fuck are you saying, dude? It's not always good, you know? It's literally perfect. What are you talking about, not always good? Does it fall into the stupid category of uncanny valley or something? Then it's not perfect. If it's perfect, it's almost even beyond good. So, yes, he's kind of giving you an example, but doesn't explain anything. You can kind of get the idea, but not really. It's like AI's doing something perfect, but it's not like perfect, you know? You know what I mean? No, you need more explanations than that. This is the stupidest thing. If it's perfect, that means it's not even good. It's like better than good. And it's always. That's the definition of perfect. Are we going back to the definitions now? What is definition of a woman? Is that what we're doing right now? Confusing the shit out of people? Okay, dude. So, your own has its own very own style. I really liked how it looked. Yeah, that's nice. Because I had to get the skill of drawing the way the map looked as well. Alright. Had to upskill a little bit of a... But it's not that difficult to do in a way. And honestly, I could have just taken any texture pack and it would have looked good anyways. It's like their own style. But this is what he's trying to uplift. It's like, well, you put a lot of work into it. I really like that. You should keep working, guys. Yeah, it's... The style... Yeah, it's very difficult to, like, keep the same style. But AI is gonna figure that one out as well. Alright. Eventually. Definitely when we were starting to make games, AI will know how to keep the same style. So make sure that nothing pops out to be completely different. If everything is like pixelated, all of a sudden there's a high resolution thing that pops out. Like it feels very odd and out of place. So no thank you. If everything would be like reality though, where would be the point in making the game? What is the point of this comment here? You know? You think before you fucking do stuff like that. What the hell? Oh man. I cannot break it down for you guys. It's so complicated. What does this guy even mean? Will always be a place in my heart. No matter how you will decide and whatever. So this one was lighthearted and we just quickly ran through that. But this is fucking weird. I can almost sense again what he's trying to mean. But I don't. You know. Everything is like reality. What's the point? There are no points in making a game in the first place. I already explained that. You know, there's no point in making the game. Making a game is just pure entertainment. It's pointless. It's bad. It's bad for your health, man. Don't do that. Don't make games. And why? You mean that if AI makes photorealistic things, AI is gonna make a reality instead of a game? And there's no point in making games? You're trying to invent something really interesting of an argument? There's no point in making games because we're gonna make reality instead? Okay. That's weird. You're just looking even further into the future and just... What the f... But we will make games that will be like reality, so... It's gonna be a game, dude. So I don't know. I would just... Eat your own words. If I have to make him eat words that he just said, I would give him this and that. Alright? Just this. I'll give them the whole fucking thing. Alright, you wanna eat something, dude? Your last words should have been the best thing that you have said, but it's not. It's the worst. So I'll make you eat that. Figure out what do you mean by this? Try to write a book about that. All right, I want to read a book about that now. I'm excited. I'm a fan. All right, I'm gonna eat up all your content now. You're the best dude. You know, I care about Mr. Beast. No, I don't care about you right now. I care about Discord. Okay, Discord is an amazing place. We collected 1 hour of content again. Wow. Yeah, so that's the end of that. I don't have a conclusion. My conclusion is write books about the stupid things that you feel about life and how it's changing and what you feel like is the sad parts about life, you know. Just be sad all the time and I'll make a video about you. That's the moral of this story. You know, perfect. Right? You don't even have to write that much, you know, and there's still a lot of things to talk about, or so I feel. I don't know if you need to hear them or anything, but I think that was entertaining, so, yeah, very nice. A video out of nowhere. I just felt it, you know, I was so excited. Wait. See, the reason what inspired me to do this video, which is a very good ending, right? Is the same as the previous video. The story. I'm still very scared to type in Facebook right now, as I've said. But I was like, yeah. So there's pressure there. But I was also criticized, and I do have something on Discord right now that bothers me. You know, I was just thinking about things that bother me right now. So we just kind of melted down this chunk of iron ore. We're gonna make a sword out of it, and this is gonna be the tip of the spear, man. The tip of the sword. And we're gonna stab him. Right there. You like that? Freaking like? Perfect, but it's not good? Perfect. Alright. Perfect. Perfect words, dude. But not good, you know. It's not good. It only has 99% chance of being good, you know. You can say perfect, but like not moral, maybe? And even that's a stretch, because like, why is it perfect? That's still a definition that inquires everything, you know. It means everything. Everything is highest tier it can be. It's perfect. Perfect is a word that you might not even want to use ever in your life, because nothing is perfect, right? So, and saying like make perfect photorealistic images, but that's kind of true. Like, it's really hard to detect whether an image is fake or not. But I think AI can actually figure that one out as well. But eventually things gonna get really weird. AI will be able to trick itself. It's just, oh man. I'm just like glad this guy is aware of AI. And just be aware of that, alright? Just keep doing that. But the fact that he's so negative about it, it's like, what is your point, dude? What is your point? You hate cheap stuff for some reason. You like hard work. I can't relate to this person at all. You want to be a game developer? What the fuck is that? And he gives as much praise to my work as much as he wants me to continue my work. Just because that's the only reason why he's a fan in the first place. So I can kind of understand that. But he's a very good example of why you shouldn't follow me if that's all you want is just the Creeper's Forge stuff. Like, what? Are you sure about that? You sure there's nothing more valuable in life right now than a fucking game? You know, there's nothing else to talk about either. But, so, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's weird where it came from, you know. I just thought, this is what's so offensive, right? I just thought, I'll just make some good arguments. That's gonna be the end of the story, you know. But it wasn't. And, I could have continued this nonsense, man, and triggered this guy even further. Because he was so ready. Everyone is just so ready to waste their time, not thinking about that they're also wasting other people's time as well. It's kind of weird. But, well, I made a video about it, and I fixed his problem. So, thanks me, am I right? Alright, see you guys next time. We're gonna talk about K-pop now. I hope I'm excited. I kind of hate listening to music, because most of the time music sucks. So just exploring music is kind of weird. We'll see what happens. I'm still trying to improve, but in so many ways now. Like, I'm glad I left game development. Believe me. It was the stupidest thing that set me back a lot. I wouldn't even be aware of AI, I don't think. I'm not sure what things I would be aware of as much as I am right now. So that would be also a very interesting video maybe to make. It's just like, why am I glad not to be a game developer or something? But I need more context, you know? I need a reason to make a video like that. To react to something as well. But we kind of just did that, right? Oh, whatever. Yeah, see you guys next time.